Hello, you're tuned in to Word Power, the podcast where we learn new English words every day.
Hey everyone, and welcome back to the podcast. This is Zia, and I'm so glad you're joining us for episode 4.
And I'm Gina. We're really excited about today's topic because it builds so beautifully on our earlier discussions about emotional intelligence. Remember in episode 1, we talked about how successful people aren't just intelligent in the traditional sense, but they also have really high EQs? Well, today, we're diving deep into why that is.
Exactly. Today we're focusing on understanding others, the cornerstone of social intelligence. We'll be breaking down some really vital traits: empathy, compassion, patience, tolerance, respect, trust, and loyalty. Not only will we explain what they mean, but we'll also give you pronunciation guides and spelling tips. Because knowing these words helps us articulate and understand these feelings better.
Absolutely. It's like having a richer palette of colors to paint your emotional landscape. So let's kick things off with a word that often gets tossed around a lot but is profoundly important: empathy.
Empathy. It's such a powerful word. The spelling is EMPATHY, and you pronounce it empathy. Think of it like a journey into someone else's shoes.
That's a perfect way to put it, Zia. Empathy is the ability to understand and share the feelings of another. It's not just sympathy, which is feeling for someone. Empathy is about feeling with them. It's connecting on an emotional level, imagining yourself in their situation.
Yeah, it's about that intellectual and emotional identification. For spelling, remember the D sound, TH. It's not pathy like paddy, but pathy. A common mistake is just thinking it's about being nice, but it's deeper. It's about genuine understanding without judgment.
Right. For instance, if a friend is sad because they didn't get a promotion, sympathy might say, "Oh, I'm sorry to hear that." Empathy would be, "I can only imagine how disappointed you must feel right now. I've been there and it really stings." That little difference makes a huge impact on how connected that person feels to you.
Totally. And building on empathy, let's talk about its close cousin, compassion. COMPASSION. This one's pronounced compassion. Two S's in the middle, watch out for that.
Compassion takes empathy a step further. It's not just understanding another's suffering or feelings, but also having a deep desire to alleviate that suffering. So with compassion, you feel that understanding, and then you're moved to act in some way, big or small.
Exactly, like with our friend who didn't get the promotion. Empathy is, I understand you feel bad. Compassion is, what can I do to help make you feel better? Maybe it's listening, maybe it's offering to buy them coffee or just being present. DSSION at the end often creates a shin sound, like in mission or passion.
It really highlights that active component. And these qualities are so crucial in the workplace, too. A leader with compassion doesn't just understand when an employee is struggling, they offer support, adjust workloads, or provide resources. That fosters a much stronger, more loyal team.
Speaking of fostering, let's move on to patience. PATIENCE. This one's pronounced patience. Don't forget that TIE combination forming the sh sound before the for sense.
Patience is the capacity to accept or tolerate delay, problems, or suffering without becoming annoyed or anxious. Oh, if only I had an endless supply of this one. It's something we all need more of, whether it's waiting in line or dealing with a difficult project.
Right, it's tough, but it's a huge component of understanding others. When you're patient, you're giving space. You're acknowledging that people operate at different speeds or have different perspectives. For spelling, remember DIENCE. That tie part can sometimes trip people up, but it's there for the shin sound.
And it's about emotional regulation, too. When you're patient, you're choosing not to react impulsively to frustration. Think about parenting or even customer service. Patience is absolutely non-negotiable for success in those areas. It allows for better problem solving and less conflict.
Definitely, which brings us to tolerance. TOLERANCE, pronounced tolerance. It's pretty straightforward, but just ensure you get the y sound in the middle, not O.
Tolerance is the ability or willingness to tolerate the existence of opinions or behavior that one dislikes or disagrees with. In today's diverse world, it's absolutely essential. It's about respecting differences, even if you don't fully understand or agree with them.
Yeah, it's not about endorsing everything, but about coexisting peacefully and allowing space for diverse viewpoints. For spelling, just remember it's similar to patience with the ends ending, but watch out for the before the R. TOLERANCE. It really defines a civilized society.
It really does. It's the foundation for any kind of productive group, whether it's a family, a team, or a nation. Without tolerance, you have constant conflict and misunderstanding. It's crucial for understanding that not everyone will think or act like you, and that's okay.
Exactly. And speaking of foundations, let's talk about respect. RESPECT, pronounced respect. This one is fairly phonetic, but sometimes people forget the first E.
Respect is a feeling of deep admiration for someone or something elicited by their abilities, qualities, or achievements. But more broadly, it's about treating people with consideration, acknowledging their inherent worth and dignity. It's treating others the way you'd want to be treated.
I think that's the key inherent worth. You don't have to agree with someone to respect them as a human being. Spelling is straightforward here. Just remember that C before the T to get the hard K sound. RESPECT. It's fundamental.
It truly is. Whether it's respecting someone's time, their opinion, or their personal space, respect underpins healthy relationships of all kinds. Without it, you quickly get into dismissive or even abusive territory. And in a professional setting, respect for colleagues and their roles is absolutely vital for a collaborative environment.
Couldn't agree more. Now let's talk about trust. TRUST, pronounced trust. It's a short, common word but incredibly significant. No tricky spellings here, just 5 letters.
Trust is firm belief in the reliability, truth, ability, or strength of someone or something. It's the belief that someone will do what they say they'll do, that they have your best interests at heart, or at least won't intentionally harm you. It's built over time, through consistent actions.
Yes, it's a bedrock. Once trust is broken, it's incredibly hard to repair. It's simple to spell TRUST, but immensely complex to build and maintain. It's the glue that holds relationships together, whether personal or professional.
Think about any successful team or partnership. Trust is paramount. If you don't trust your teammates, you'll constantly second guess them, withhold information, or try to do everything yourself. That's a recipe for disaster. Trust allows for delegation, innovation, and true teamwork.
Absolutely, and hand in hand with trust, we often find loyalty. LOYALTY, pronounced loyalty. Don't forget the Y at the end that gives it the E sound. The OI sound is also key.
Loyalty is the quality of being loyal, a strong feeling of support or allegiance. It's a commitment to someone or something, even when things get tough. It's sticking by someone through thick and thin.
Yeah, it's that unwavering support. In friendships, in romantic relationships, in the workplace, loyalty is invaluable. It's what makes people feel secure and valued. For spelling, remember it's LOYALTY. Two Y's are often a point of confusion for learners.
A loyal employee is willing to go the extra mile, not just for a paycheck, but because they believe in the company or their team. A loyal friend is there for you, offering comfort and honest advice. It truly solidifies bonds and creates a sense of belonging.
So we've gone through empathy, compassion, patience, tolerance, respect, trust, and loyalty. You know, Gina, when you list them out like that, it's clear how interconnected they all are.
They are. You can't really have deep compassion without empathy. You can't build trust without respect and loyalty. And patience and tolerance are essential for navigating the inevitable differences that arise when you're trying to understand others.
Exactly. It all circles back to that core idea of understanding others, which is the heart of social and emotional intelligence. In our first episode, we discussed how successful people often possess high EQs. It's because they embody these traits. They can navigate complex human interactions, build strong teams, resolve conflicts, and inspire others, all because they deeply understand the human element.
Think about it. A manager who lacks empathy won't understand why an employee is underperforming. One without patience will erupt at every minor setback. A leader without trust or loyalty from their team will struggle to achieve anything meaningful. These aren't just nice-to-have qualities, they are foundational for effective leadership and meaningful relationships, both personal and professional.
And the beauty is, these aren't fixed traits. We can actively work on developing them. Practicing active listening, trying to see things from another's perspective, consciously choosing patience instead of immediate reaction, these are all ways to strengthen our EQ muscles.
It's a continuous journey, right? Even just being aware of these definitions and actively trying to incorporate them into your vocabulary and thought process is a huge step. And remembering those spelling and pronunciation tips can help you articulate these complex feelings with clarity and confidence.
Absolutely. So, as you go about your week, try to spot these qualities in action in yourself and in others. Reflect on moments when you felt understood or when you successfully understood someone else. What was the underlying trait?
It's about cultivating that awareness. This isn't just theory, it's practical life skill. So thank you so much for joining us today on this deep dive into understanding others. We hope you feel a little more equipped to navigate the incredibly rich and complex world of human connection.
Definitely. Keep practicing, keep learning, and keep growing your emotional intelligence. We'll be back next time with more insights. Until then, take care, everyone.
Bye for now.
Hello, you're tuned in to Word Power, the podcast where we learn new English words every day.